If you're thinking about adding an outdoor kitchen to your backyard, you really just have three options. The first is bring in a professional crew to build the entire thing for you. The second thing would be do what we did and build it yourself. Or the third option is just click the easy button. I'm David Gafford, and I test over 70 different outdoor cooking appliances every year to help you make educated buying decisions. A couple of years ago, we invested 11 and a half months of our lives building the outdoor kitchen that many of you know here as the Barbecue Lab. We built this ourselves with the help of friends and family, but I've just got to tell you, it was an incredible amount of back-breaking work. I'm pretty confident that I would never attempt something like that again, especially now that we understand all of the prefabbed options that are out there to help us save hundreds and hundreds of hours of labor. Today, we're taking a closer look at the Sullivan Island from Stono Outdoor Living. Before we take a deeper look at the island, I want to walk you through 5 challenges that we've identified that we ran into while building our own outdoor kitchen. First had to be all of the research that we put into doing it ourselves. We're not outdoor kitchen builders. We're not even builders by trade. We found that we needed to understand all of the fundamentals and processes to be able to build an outdoor kitchen, and that was just foreign to us. There are YouTube videos out there that help you understand how to DIY an outdoor kitchen, but they are by no means easy to find, and also they're not comprehensive. You might find one video for one creator that's helpful, another video from another creator that's helpful, and oftentimes they'll disagree. So research was a huge hurdle. We had planned to make an entire video series on how to DIY an outdoor kitchen as a part of our build, but it ended up being just way too much to do the video and do the DIY build ourselves at the same time. It was 11 and a half months of work from the beginning of the project until we moved into the outdoor kitchen and called it done. That is an incredible amount of time, and we spent most of our free time doing something on this project. There wasn't a lot of going out to movies or going out to dinner. It was pretty much go to the kids' events, make sure we have food at home, work on the outdoor kitchen, go to work, work on the outdoor kitchen, and that cycle continued for about an entire year. The third thing is just the physical toll on our bodies. So we ended up having physical therapy and multiple doctor's appointments after the project was done just to regain the use of some of the things that we had worked to exhaustion and further as a part of the physical work. The fourth thing was really the weather. We have all 4 seasons here in Indiana, and we found that when winter came, it completely put a halt to our project. There was no way for us to do much concrete or mortar work during the middle of December, January, and February, so we were subject to the elements. The fifth thing I want you to consider is that while our project is good, it's really just good enough. There's multiple things that we messed up with on our DIY build that we didn't have the energy or the effort to want to fix. One of those is that we put on some lovely facade bricks using a mortar on the side of our concrete boards, but that mortar was not great. And what ended up happening is the bricks will fall off this outdoor kitchen at the rate of about probably 15 to 20 per year. We'll walk outside, we find a brick on the ground, it's broken in multiple pieces, or it's laying there unbroken, which is nice, and then we have to glue them back up to try to put this thing back together. We don't love that. Another thing is that the countertops, when we reverse poured these countertops in melamine frames, we didn't understand that you can't reuse any of the melamine frames because anything that is even a slight imperfection in there will come back on the countertop. As you can see in this one section of the countertop, it looks almost like there's a cutout for a sink. Well, that's because there is. This is the melamine frame that we reused from where the sink was, and you can see that outline of that sink that we never got rid of. So while it's good, it's by no means perfect. And there's some times that I'm kind of embarrassed about some of those problems that we were never able to fix in our own DIY build. Our goal at the time was to get the most outdoor kitchen we could possibly get for the smallest budget possible, and we did. So check. But I wouldn't do it again. In contrast, the Sullivan that's behind us is something that we got on a pallet delivered to us here at the house. It came on an 8-foot pallet, and we went from pallet to installed on the backyard patio in less than 60 minutes. That's right, less than 60 minutes, 11 and a half months. The island came fully assembled, and out of that 60 minutes, really most of our time was getting it uncrated and unpalleted just to get it out here on the back patio. Once the island was in place, all we had to do was level the feet to get a nice even surface, drop the counter on the top of the island, and then lift and slide the grill into place. It was incredibly easy getting this outdoor kitchen built. One of the things I wanted to go over is the customization options that you can have here with the Sullivan. We're here at the StonoOutdoor.com website. But what I want to do is I want to customize this Sullivan that we have right here. Now, I, of course, can grab this around, move it, and do whatever I need to. But let's start by customizing the frame and the countertop. As we looked at that frame color, we are using charcoal, like we said earlier. There's a bunch of different options, and when you click on this, it will change it in the little demo here. So you can see what the different colors would look like if you were to select those. Let's go ahead and pick our charcoal that we started with. Next is the countertop finish. And you notice here that says champagne. Then we're going to go ahead and go with the granite, graphite. There's all kinds of different options here. But this one right here, silver vein, is what ours is. So there's the silver vein countertop. So we have charcoal, silver vein. Let's go ahead and go down to the grill access door. At the grill access door, the 30 by 20 double access door is what we have. Exactly what we did there. But there are other options. You can go 30 by 13. You can go the 2 drawer, 3 drawer. There's a bunch of different options. But the thing is, you can also change the color of the doors as well. I like the color that we have already, so I'm going to leave that there. Side component A, this is the trash can. That's exactly what we have, but there are also a bunch of other options there in addition to just the trash can. In addition to the trash can, you can see that there are single access doors and dry storage options for this section, and you can also change the color of that section as well. Here for side component B, there's a bunch of different options. You can see the outdoor fridge is what's in there currently, but there's all types of things. If you look at this, I like this 4-drawer option here. I think that's pretty cool. And you could go with that brushed stainless color, or you could go with a bunch of different options here for how you wanted to colorize that. But I think that's a pretty cool looking option. And then the last thing is just choosing what kind of a grill you want to go with. So the True Flame grill, you can go with propane, natural gas, or if you choose no grill, you can choose your own dimensions and cutouts, and they'll set that for you. But that is the customization you can do on the website for any type of Sullivan that you would like to build. Greater customization is available, and you can schedule a free 30-minute session with a designer to help you get exactly what you're looking for. The current production time for the Sullivan model is just about 30 to 45 days. So you can go from ideation to something on your back patio in just about a month and a half. If you're interested in taking a deeper look at the Sullivan Island or the True Flame Grill, make sure you check out the links down in the description below. Prices are always changing, but we're going to send you where we know that you can get the best price on either one of these items. I want to take a look at the Sullivan that we have here on our back patio, and let's first talk about some of the color options and the drawer options that are in this model. If you look at the frame down here, that is this color here. Right here, we have a charcoal frame. And then on the countertop itself, this is the silver vein color. So if you like this color, silver vein is what we're looking at here, charcoal as the bottom color combination. For the grill access door, we chose the 20 by 30 double access door. If you look inside, you can see that they are soft open and soft close. But before we close them and show you that, look at the very back of the island. You can see that we have the vents to make sure that we don't have gas or propane that gets stuck inside the island. I love that those vents are built in. That's a nice little feature. But here are the soft doors. Ready for this? Here we go. I really like the soft close feature on those doors. For the side component A, we chose the trash can. It seems like there's always a need for trash in outdoor kitchens, and so we have the trash can. The trash drawer is also soft close. For side component B, we chose the 3-drawer single dry storage. We have all different types of things we're storing in here, from spices to gloves, paper towel. We have our grill brush, and we have all different types of plates, forks, some spatulas and tongs. It's nice. but I also like this 3-drawer option that is also soft close. This is a stainless steel frame that surrounds all 3 of these drawers, so it is completely dry. No matter what rain or critters or any of the varmints that are around here that want to try to get in, they can't get in to this dry storage. And I think that is a critical decision when you're thinking about putting an outdoor kitchen together. The width of the island is 92 inches from left to right. So we're talking about an entire length of 92 inches. Let's get the depth and the height. I'll have the camera come in here. Let's take a look at our height of our countertop. We are sitting right at 36 and a half, 36 and a quarter inches for our countertop height. And then for depth, we have right at 30 inches deep for the countertop. The other thing that we selected was the True Flame grill as our built-in propane grill for this island. You can choose either the propane version of the True Flame, a natural gas version of the True Flame, or you can order the Sullivan with an empty slot that is cut to the perfect dimensions of the grill that you want to install. Hey, by the way, if you're getting value out of this video, be sure to hit that like button and consider subscribing if outdoor cooking is something that you love to do. We've got new videos coming all the time. We'd love to have you join us. I want to go through some of the things I like about this unit. One of the first things is this is made in the USA. If you're all about American-made products and you want your outdoor kitchen to reflect that, this product is made in the USA. This outdoor kitchen is also element proof. This is powder coated aluminum, so you know it's not going to rust, it's not going to warp, and it can't rot. One of the things that really inspired the creation of this island itself was living by the sea and all of the problems that outdoor kitchens had with the sea spray water getting all over everything and rusting things out, warping. It's just a mess. That's why this was designed. So if you live around water, this is designed with you in mind. I also love the easy install. We spend a lot of our time here at the Barbecue Lab assembling grills, working with smokers, and putting things together. Out of all of the things we put together this year, I venture to say this was the easiest. There's also a perfect fit guarantee, meaning that if you purchase the True Flame grill to go along with this island, it's going to fit. But also, if you have another grill that you want to put in this island, there's a guarantee that says your grill is going to fit or they'll make it right. Cleanup is also a big factor that plays into how I think about outdoor kitchens now, because outdoor kitchens are a cooking environment and they get messy. The thing that's nice about the Sullivan is it's designed to be able to accept a water hose, spraying it down, spraying off the top, spraying down the doors, the drawers. You can actually treat this like you almost would a vehicle, where you can just spray it down, wipe it down, and move on. I like that you can take a hose to this one, and I wish I could take a hose to that one. If you'd like to learn more about this True Flame grill, we have a standalone review that you can check out on the channel. I'll put it up here in the card, and you can always find it in the description below. We would like to thank Stono Outdoor Living and True Flame Grills for making this video possible. I'm David Gafford here with the Barbecue Lab. Behind the camera is my lovely wife, Melissa. We want to say thanks so much for joining us, and we can't wait to see you on the next one.